Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nasra Nurdin, with studying ID X012432. The first presenter. On this occasion, I will deliver the introduction and background part of our topic entitled The Difference Between a Foreign Language and a Second Language, and why English is considered a foreign language in Indonesia. As we all know, English is now recognized as an international language used all over the world in education, technology, business, and global communication. However, did you know that in Indonesia, English is not considered a second language, but rather a foreign language? To understand the reason, we first need to know the difference between a foreign language and a second language. According to language teaching theory, the difference lies in how and where the language is used in society. A foreign language is usually learned not for daily communication, but for purposes or international relations. Meanwhile, the second language is one that is used alongside the main language of a country. For example, in education, government, or media. Next, this topic will be explained more clearly by the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nihil Ardianti with student ID H01234510. Here, I will explain the part that discusses the fundamental differences between a foreign language and a second language. So, let's get started. In this article, it is explained that the terms foreign language and second language are often misunderstood, even though they have important differences in the context of language teaching. According to the linguist H. Douglas Brown, a second language is one that functions as a means of communication within the society, while a foreign language is learned for external communication. In the context of Indonesia, English is taught as a foreign language, not a second language. This was established through the Minister of Education and Culture's decision in 1967, which declared that English would be taught in Indonesian schools as a foreign language. This policy was influenced by several factors such as politics, economy, and educational development. For example, in the 1960s, political conditions caused many foreign teachers to leave Indonesia, which created a gap in English education at that time. There was also a debate about whether English should be taught in elementary schools. Some people believe that learning English from an early age could benefit children's development. However, others argued that many students in certain regions still struggled with basic Indonesian due to social and economic differences. For the reasons, English in Indonesia continues to be categorized as a foreign language, not a second language. For example, in India and the Philippines, English is considered a second language because it is used in government, schools, media, and daily communication. But in Indonesia, English is not used for social communication. It is only learned in schools. So, in short, a second language lives in society, while a foreign language lives in the classroom. So, that's all from me, and the next explanation will be delivered by my friend. Thank you.
Saya Ririanti akan melanjutkan materi selanjutnya, yaitu mengenai mengapa bahasa Inggris dianggap sebagai bahasa asing di Indonesia. Setelah membaca artikel The History of the English Language, bahasa Inggris resmi diajarkan sebagai bahasa asing sejak tahun 1967. Setelah keputusan Menteri Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan. Beberapa alasan utamanya yaitu first, not used in daily life, Indonesian remains the national language and the main medium of communication in all fields. Yang kedua, faktor sejarah dan politik. After the colonial period and the political influence of the 1960, many foreign teachers left Indonesia. As a result, English become more focused as an academic subject. Yang ketiga, different social and economic condition among regions. Some regions have not yet mastered the Indonesian language well, so English teaching must be adjusted to the students' abilities. And the last, global, not local function. English is learned for global purpose, such as in-house education, international careers, or access to worldwide information, not as language for social communication in Indonesia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurmalidi Ape with student ID H01243227 from class C. I will continue the material on comparison and global impact. In this era of globalization, the use of English has become increasingly widespread in almost every aspect of life. Many Indonesians use English in social media, online games, entertainment, business communication, and academic research. English is now seen as a key skill that helps people connect with the world. However, despite its growing influence, English in Indonesia is still considered a foreign language, not a second language. It is not used in daily interaction or as an official medium in government, school, or public service. Instead, it is mainly studied as a subject to gain access to global knowledge and international opportunities. As a comparison, in Singapore, English is used widely in education, government, and social communication, so it is regarded as a second language. In India and the Philippines, English also serves as an official language alongside local language. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia continues to play a central role as the national and unifying language for people from different regions and cultures. In conclusion, the key difference between a second language and a foreign language lies in their social function and level of use. A second language is used in everyday communication and official context. A foreign language is mainly learned for academic, cultural, or international purposes. Therefore, even though English is extremely important and widely used in Indonesia, it still functions as a foreign language. But as technology advances and global connection becomes stronger, the line between foreign and second language is gradually fading. Nowadays, more Indonesians are exposed to English content every day through the internet, movies, and global media, which helps improve their understanding and familiarity with the language naturally. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.